Hey guys, it's me Kiana and welcome back to my channel. Today what we're going to be doing is a book review today, and that will be for Winter by Marissa Myers. I read this book last month, December 2017, and I absolutely loved it. I rated this a 5 out of 5 stars. Now, for those who don't know what Winter is, first you shouldn't be watching this video because this is the last book in a series, but Winter is a sci-fi retelling of Snow White. Now, this is the fourth and final book of the Lunar Chronicle series, and this one is basically where everyone is waiting for the final showdown between Lavanna and Cinder, aka Cinderella. Now, what happens in this one is, with Winter, she ends up having, she doesn't use her power that a lot of Lunars use, and that makes her go not crazy, but it makes her have hallucinations, and it makes her see things that aren't there. Like, for example, she sees bleeding, the wall is bleeding, she feels like her body is taken up with ice, and I loved how it focused a lot on that to help her with that, because a lot of people do have hallucinations once in a while, and a lot of people do, see things that aren't really there, and I actually love that about this book. So my review for this series is that it threw me in a whole bunch of emotions. I loved Cinder, I loved Scarlet, I hated the book Crest, and then I loved this book Winter. I love the end of the series, and I'm so sad to say goodbye to all of these characters because I have grown so close with all of them. I do plan on reading Stars Above this month or possibly next month whenever I can go to the library and get my hands on it because I do not own it. I am happy that a lot of these characters got their happily ever after, even though sometimes that isn't all true. Sometimes people deserve to not have their happily ever afters. And with this book, we had a lot more retelling of the character than in the other books. Like in Cinder, we had that her foot got taken. Scarlet, we had that she wore a red hoodie, and then with Crest, we had that she was hidden in a satellite. That was supposed to represent the tower. But we honestly had nothing more than that with the other books. With this book, Lavanna actually became a witch and gave her a poisonous apple, like in the original Snow White. Lavanna poisoned her, and she ended up getting sick. And much like the real Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, they put her in a glass coffin so all of the people on Luna who love her can watch her. And then you had that when Jason gets there and Jason takes her off the tube, she wakes up like when Prince Charming gave Snow White her kiss that woke her up. We had a lot more retellings in this one than any of the other books, and I feel like that's why I loved it a lot more than I loved any of the other books. But that's just my personal thing. I love this book. I'm so happy. The one thing, I wouldn't say I'm so happy with everything. The one thing I wasn't impressed with at all was the final showdown between Cinder and Lavanna. Like, yeah, Lavanna used some of her gifts to make Thorn shoot Cinder, shoot Crest, have Crest chop off one of Thorn's finger, have Thorn chop off one of his fingers. Like, I wish there was more action between Lavanna and Cinder fighting and not using their powers, and I wish Lavanna didn't give up as easily as she did. I wished, honestly, that there was more fighting. I feel like if there was a lot more fighting, I would have enjoyed it better. I still enjoyed it, but I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if there was more fighting towards the end. I would recommend this to anybody who would want to read this. Read the entire series because I love it so damn much. If you like sci-fi and fairy tale retellings as much as I do, I'm trying to find more fairy tale retellings, then you would definitely enjoy this. My favorite character would have to be Thorn. Captain Thorn is my heart. He is my sweetheart. And I think I like him because when everybody else is being serious, he is the one that's cracking jokes because he feels that everybody needs, once in a while to have that lightheartedness in with him. He always had jokes, and he really cared for every single person on board of his ship, and he really cared for Kai. And I feel like that's the most important thing because some of the others didn't care for Kai. They were just like, we'll follow Cinder. But Thorn genuinely cared for everybody on that ship and wanted to make sure everybody was happy. My favorite quote I have to say is from Jason when Princess Winter said that she feels like she is broken. He told her broken isn't the same as unfixable. And I feel like that was so beautiful because she honestly thought something was wrong with her. And he was like, no, there is something wrong with you, but we can fix it. You're not broken. Broken is you can't unfix you. It's not fixable. This one, we can fix you. And I absolutely love that. I absolutely loved all the relationships in this series. I loved everything about it, and I am still so sad to see everybody go. But that is my review, my short little review for Winter by Marissa Myers. I didn't take that much notes because I was so engrossed with this book. I am so sad to see these characters go, and I will see you guys next time.